So phase one, let's talk a little bit about phase one. It's the fall time. Over the summer you might have been doing a little hiking, playing a little tennis, maybe some biking, but you're going to switch gears a little bit, so you have to give your body a little adaptation time to these new exercises. Phase one will last about 2 to 4 weeks depending on what type of shape you're in. And during this phase it's very basic fundamental exercises, as we'll demonstrate in the gym downstairs, because we're going to go into more advanced phases that if you don't properly take the time in phase one to give your body time to adapt, you could get hurt in training. So phase one is a good foundation phase that we'll need for the later phases of training. Now we're going to talk about the phase one lower body strengthening program. The goal of phase one again is to strengthen the legs, the hips, to develop a base level of strength and endurance. We're going to use speeds of up and down motions of 1, 2, 3 down, 1, 2, 3 up. We're going to repeat those. We're going to use squatting motions and balance motions, which I'll demonstrate. And we're going to do 2 to 3 sets of approximately 12 repetitions. Now, the first exercise in phase one is strengthen the legs. If you have access to a gym, it's a leg press. Pick a weight you're comfortable with. You can do approximately 12 repetitions. And it's a full range of motion exercise, up and down. Now, I personally prefer to do one leg at a time, so that if one leg is stronger than the other, you don't overcompensate with the strong leg. 1, 2, 3 down, 1, 2, 3 up. Nice, slow, controlled motions. Remember, trying to give your body adaptation time to get used to the loads. Okay, now, if you're at home and you don't have access to a leg press, you can just use one of these big balls, put it behind your back. We can again begin with just simple squat-like motions. 1, 2, 3 down, back stays straight, 1, 2, 3 up. Making it harder by putting more weight on one leg. Kind of balance on one foot. So I'm overloading the right leg in this example. Going up and down on a 1, 2, 3 pace for 12 repetitions. If you don't have a ball at home, you could do it against a slippery wall as well. It's a little harder, but it can be done. So the ball won't be the limiting factor as well. In addition to those first two exercises that I've demonstrated, an easy one that can be done as well at home or in the gym is grabbing a couple dumbbells, a bench behind you or a chair, and just squatting and coming up slowly. Keeping your knees out over your feet and pushing your hips back. And of course you can increase the weights, but you want to be able to get 12 repetitions in. That's the key. Up and down. Very simple home exercise or gym exercise. Okay, also within phase one is strength that requires balance. Those first 3 exercises, such as the leg press, the ball squat, are great for strengthening, but there's not a lot of balance required. Skiing requires balance, so we have to build up that foundation as well. If you have a simple stair, or step, or box, you can begin some balance strength exercises by just pulling yourself up on one leg, balance, and again, a 3 count as you lower. The leg on the stair is doing all the work. I'm just putting just a little bit of weight on my left leg as it touches, but the right leg's lifting me up, and it's lowering me slowly. 12 repetitions. This is harder than it looks, and if you find you can't hold the position, you lose balance, just put 2 fingers on a wall, a railing, and use your hand to help you a little bit until you can do it without using your hands. Along those same lines of strength balance exercise, back step lunge, where you simply can just pick up one leg and balance, and then slowly reach back and try to balance. Harder than it looks. If you lose your balance, just put the foot down. And then slowly 3 count down, 3 count up. If you want to add dumbbells as it gets easier, some 10-pounders, that will make the strength component much harder, but still works your balance. Let's start talking about specific muscle groups, such as the hamstring. And hamstrings are very important for skiing. So we're just going to go over the toe touch exercise. We just bend over, you try to touch the floor and balance. This works the hamstring. You see I'm keeping my back straight. And again, if it's too difficult, I just tap my back toe to the floor, and then I come forward. So there's flexibility involved here, as well as strength of the hamstrings, and lots of balance, fine coordinated movements. Much harder than it looks. Again, of course, you want to do both sides. And you can practice making it harder by reaching further forward. over time. So another way to strengthen the hamstrings is by putting your heels up on a chair or a ball. We have access to a ball here, so we use a ball. Head down, tighten the abs, push the heels down, and lift the buttocks up. You'll feel the tension in your hamstrings and buttocks, and down slowly. Great exercise to strengthen the hamstrings. So those are the basic exercises of phase 1. Remember, you do 12 repetitions, 2 to 3 sets, slowly. Some of the exercises are just pure strength, like the leg press or the ball squat, not a lot of balance. Other exercises, like the one on the stair or the back step lunge, are strength plus balance. And then there's a couple exercises like the hamstring curl on the ball or in a chair that are just specific isolated muscle group strengthening exercises. Lastly, what's important in phase 1 is to develop a good aerobic base. You can do this by going for bike rides or spinning on a stationary bike. You want to keep a heart rate about 70-75% of your max heart rate. Basically just go to where you feel like you're breathing a little bit and try to hold it for 30 minutes. Some of you may have been using biking or hiking through the summer as exercise. That's great. Just continue to do that during this phase. If you haven't, get on it. You've got to establish an appropriate base aerobic level so that you can recover quicker from these exercises and start to have a base level of endurance.